Hello friends, my name is Yevhenii, I'm from Ukraine. I'm watching my video using this service, since my pronunciation of the English language does not allow me to do it myself. Thanks for understanding.
The 568th day of the war between Russia and Ukraine continues. On the night of September 14th, reports began to arrive of several explosions in Yevpatoria in Crimea. Crimean telegram channels published videos of explosions in the Yevpatoria area, filmed in the morning. According to them, there was a drone attack in the area, as a result of which something exploded. The Russian Ministry of Defense announced 11 drones shot down over Crimea, but how many were released was not specified. Later, it became known that the Ukrainian military, during a night strike, destroyed the Russian Triumph air defense complex in the Yevpatoria region. Ukrainska Pravda and BBC News Ukraine reported this with reference to sources in the Security Service of Ukraine. According to journalists, the attack on Yevpatoria was organized by the Ukrainian naval forces together with the Security Service of Ukraine. Both publications agree that drones and Neptune cruise missiles were involved in the attack. First, the drones hit the eyes of the complex, hitting the radars and antennas, a source told BBC News Ukraine. Then, he said, the Navy fired 2 Neptune missiles at the Russian air defense launch complexes. The estimated cost of the Triumph complex, according to Ukrainian authorities, is approximately $1.2 billion. The Russian Ministry of Defense has not yet commented on the information about the destruction of Triumph. They only reported on the suppression of attacks of 11 drones over the territory of annexed Crimea last night. No damage was reported from the drone strike. Satellite images have also emerged of the Russian Triumph air defense complex in Yevpatoria, which was allegedly destroyed by missiles today. The footage was published by OSIN technical researcher. Here is a Russian anti-aircraft missile battery that was likely attacked by Ukrainian drones this morning near Yevpatoria. The photo was taken 2 weeks ago, he wrote. Later, a satellite image appeared, taken on the morning of September 14th, which confirms a strike on the positions of the S-400 air defense systems near Yevpatoria on Thursday night. Also, data on the attack on Russian air defense systems was confirmed by the Department of Strategic Communications of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Let me remind you, last night, September 13th, Ukraine launched a massive missile attack on Sevastopol in Crimea. As a result of a missile attack on the Sevastopol marine plant, the large landing ship Minsk and the submarine Rostov-on-Don, which were in dry dock, were hit. Operational Command South spokeswoman Yevhenii said the Russians were unable to repair the landing ship and submarine damaged in the attack. The large landing ship is no longer so big and is unlikely to be a ship. Restoring these ships requires additional production capacity. In particular, which the same ship repair plant, which now looks like a pile of ash, boasted of, Yevhenii said. Meanwhile, Ukrainian troops are successful in their offensive south of Bakhmut. According to the Speaker of the General Staff Andriivka, the defense forces continue to conduct offensive operations south of the city of Bakhmut. The armed forces of Ukraine had partial success in the areas of Klishchiivka, Andriivka, and Kurdyumivka, inflicting significant losses on the enemy in manpower and equipment, the speaker said. Deputy Defense Minister Anna Maliar said today that Ukrainian armed forces have liberated Andriivka on the southern flank of Bakhmut. At the same time, Russian military telegram channels have written in recent days that in the area of Klishchiivka and Andriivka the Russian army has brought up reserves and is counterattacking, trying to recapture previously lost positions. After Maliar announced the liberation of the village, the Ukrainian military telegram channel Deep State wrote that the cleanup in Andriivka near Bakhmut was still ongoing, and it was too early to talk about complete control of the Ukrainian armed forces over the village. According to Deep State, yesterday the attack aircraft of the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade actually entered the village and drove out part of the Russian military from there, but some are still settled underground and are not allowing Ukrainian fighters to gain a foothold. The 3rd Assault Brigade has a sufficiently developed media component that it can independently report the capture of a populated area, one of the brigade's fighters anonymously told Deep State. The Telegram channel of the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade reported that the statement by Deputy Defense Minister Maliar about the liberation of Andriivka near Bakhmut is erroneous and premature. Serious and heavy fighting continues in the areas of Klishchiivka and Andriivka. Such statements are harmful, pose a threat to the lives of personnel, and harm the performance of combat missions, the brigade said in a statement. After this statement from the 3rd Brigade, Maliar edited her post about the liberation of Andriivka. Now this is not discussed there. It is said that the situation in Andriivka is very difficult. Also, a new message appeared on the Maliar Telegram channel where she says that she published a statement about the release of Andriivka after agreement with the military, but there was a communication failure. There has been a communication failure between several sources of information that are reporting directly from the scene. There has been some success in Andriivka and now heavy fighting continues, she wrote. The locality is now marked as a gray zone on the Deep State map. One of the main intrigues of recent days is what Putin and Kim Jong-un agreed on during his visit to Russia. The essence of the negotiations was not officially disclosed. But the West believes that Russia and North Korea are preparing a military deal under which the Democratic People's Republic of Korea will supply Russia with ammunition and artillery systems, which will help Moscow increase the intensity of its fire. So far, no one has confirmed any agreements. But judging by the tone of the visit, some military agreements may be concluded. In this context, it is interesting to analyze what North Korea can, in principle, deliver to the Russians. According to U.S. intelligence quoted by the New York Times, there could be millions of shells and missiles. It is believed that artillery is a key branch of North Korea's military, which regularly threatens its southern counterparts with a barrage of fire in the event of an attack. The London-based International Institute for Strategic Studies reported in a 2023 report that North Korea is armed with at least 21.6 thousand different types of artillery systems, the ammunition for which it produces itself. It is believed that North Korea has accumulated a large stock of 122mm and 152mm shells. These are Russian calibers, as well as entire arsenals of different caliber mortar mines and missiles for multiple launch rocket systems. According to the Global Firepower 2022 rating, North Korea ranks 5th in the world in the number of multiple launch rocket systems. If these installations are regularly equipped with ammunition, then the Koreans, in all likelihood, have a lot of them. Also, North Korea itself produces anti-tank systems and missiles for them, mainly of the Soviet and Russian type. It is difficult to say what part of these arsenals is actually usable. However, it is known that they also have more modern weapons. In particular, we are talking about the KN-09 guided missile, which is launched from the multiple launch rocket system of the same name. It flies at a distance of 180 kilometers, that is, significantly further than MRs, and is also guided by satellite. The launcher has 8 guide barrels. It is precisely these long-range systems that the Russians have a great shortage of, which prevents them from conducting effective counter-battery warfare on the front line. North Korea also has a super heavy KN-25 multiple rocket launcher with a 600mm rocket, which is capable of flying 380 kilometers. This missile is also satellite-controlled and is believed to combine the qualities of a multiple launch rocket system and an operational tactical complex. Another North Korean wonderwaff that is potentially interesting to Russia is the Koksan self-propelled artillery unit, which has a caliber of 170mm and a firing range of up to 60 kilometers. This is significantly further than the Russian Peony, which shoots at a maximum of 47 kilometers. Pyongyang already has experience in foreign deliveries of these self-propelled artillery units. 30 units were transferred to Iran for the war with Iraq. The number of Koksans in North Korea itself is unknown, but it is likely quite a lot, since these guns have been in production since 1978 and are considered the main strike weapon located near the borders of South Korea. That is, North Korea has quite a lot of weapons that, in addition to shells, may be of interest to Russia. But it is not clear how many of them Pyongyang has and how many of them it is ready to supply to Russia if an agreement is reached. It is also unclear how quickly supply logistics, including maintenance and repairs, can be organized. After all, the long-range models mentioned above are no longer Soviet replicas, but, at best, Chinese or completely original Korean designs. Therefore, it will take time to put them into operation and learn how to use Russia. Friends, preparing these daily reports has become my full-time job. If these reports are important to you, please click the like and subscribe buttons. Also, if you want to support my work, if possible, financially, you can find the links in the description under the video. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.